All right, today we're going to talk about $355 million and what it really means to you as a small business owner. And today we're going to unpack a monumental legal case against Donald Trump. And again, listen, this is not about politics. This is not about the man Donald Trump. This is about being in business and understanding what we are all susceptible and we can fall right into the trap. And while you may be thinking, $355 million, listen, that's never going to happen to me. It's all relative, guys. $355 million to one person could be $35,000 to another person, $3,500 to a different person, $350 to somebody else. It is all relative in the scale of where we are at in a given time. So again, we're going to dive into what this means to you as a small business owner. All right, so let's start at the beginning here with this case with Donald Trump and his organization and the allegations that they're facing, which are inflated asset values. And again, what does this mean to you, a small business owner, to avoid that $355 million fine? So we're going to highlight this in the consequences of financial misrepresentations, whether you're a billion-dollar organization, $100,000 business, $1 million, or anywhere in between. What does this financial misrepresentation mean to you as a small business owner? Financial misrepresentation, first of all, listen, let's back up a little bit because we need to understand that when we file something, we're filing to so many different organizations. We have the Internal Revenue Service. If you're in a state that has taxation, you're filing to your state taxation agency. We have sales tax reporting. We have property tax reporting. We have excise reporting. We have payroll tax reporting. There are a ton of organizations that all communicate to each other that we're externally reporting. And if we think that we are finding something and somehow it is gone in the universe, it is not gone. It is there, it is floating, and it is waiting for the right moment for accountability, and that's why you have to be ready. And what do I mean by ready? Listen, this first lesson that we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about structure and organization. It is so critical that when we are in business, if you're already in business, it's never too late to look and say, am I in the right business structure? Am I a sole proprietor? Should I be an LLC? Should I be an S Corp? Maybe I don't need any money. Should I be a C Corp, right? There's a whole bunch of options that are available, and this is a great time to stop, look under the hood, and say, am I in the right structure that's benefiting me, my business, and protecting my business, and of course, myself as the owner and my family? Number two is, listen, organization. We have to have systems. So many small business owners, they're running around. You're the artist of what it is you do, whether you're creating a product, whether you're creating a service, right? You love what you do it with passion, and everything else, right? The management side, that management hat that we have to wear, it just falls by the wayside and things, they don't get done. So what happens is at the end of the year, we're finding tax returns, federally, state, local, and there's, we don't have documentation. The documentation is gone. We're putting things together as best we can. So what are we doing? We're guessing. We're coming up with a number that says, I think that was, X amount of dollars, $1,000. Well, did you just inflate a number? Did you just inflate your expenses? I forgot what that customer paid me. I think it was $5,000. Well, did you just, under-report? Guys, this is going to come back, and it always comes back. And the thing is, it would be great if it came back like, boom, instantly, right? You filed something, and you got something right back. A letter says, hey, wait a minute, I don't think this is right. I think your numbers are wrong. Let's give you a chance to fix it. No, they don't do that, right? There are statutes of limitations where the governments have a certain amount of time to come back and say, listen, it's been 3 years, and we want to talk to you about this. And here's what's this $355 million judgment is: punitive damages. Nobody can come and say, so-and-so was hurt from what was done here or alleged that was done, but there's punitive damages, $355 million. And that's where it's at. Because it'd be great or easier if you were questioned and they said, listen, you took a $100 deduction that you weren't supposed to, you owe us $20. All right, here's your $20, right? I got to use the $20. No, they don't, that's not the way it works. They say, you owe me $20. You were supposed to pay me $20 3 years ago, so you also owe me some interest out over the 3 years. And of course, you did something that you weren't supposed to do because you have no documentation to back it up. So we're going to penalize you. Those are the penalties that hurt. So listen, this is why being in the right structure, having the right organization in your business is going to be great because it's going to help you a ton to save you from, again, everybody's situation is different. Donald Trump is a $355 million issue. For somebody else, be $350, $3,500, 35, anywhere in the spectrum. It means something different to somebody else, guys. Now let's translate what these high-stake legal battles mean, for you as a small business owner. From ethical leadership to your team, right? If you encounter big issues, your team that respected you, right, is going to look and say, wow, what's going on here? What is happening with the integrity of our leader? What is happening to the integrity of our company? And this is a place where people might not want to be associated with something like that. Guys, this has, ramification and an impact, not just on dollars and cents, but your global entity as well, because people are looking at you, looking up to you beyond just your assets. They're looking to you as a leader and somebody that they want to, learn from, and hopefully sometime inspire, maybe take over your businesses, maybe buy you out. So again, financial, leadership, ethics, risk management, these are all things that can impact your business, and something that you have that's just, it's moving, full steam ahead, and a year, 2 or 3 years later, boom, you just get smacked right in the face. That could have a catastrophic effect on your business where it just paralyzes everything, guys. It is so important to understand that this is beyond $355 million. This is beyond a $350 fine or whatever the number is for you. And guys, let's remember that, we're going to need the banker. Here's lesson number 2, if you will. We are going to need the banker most of our lives in our business and even in our personal life, right? When we're acquiring assets, we want to buy some equipment. We want to buy a business building. We want to buy a bigger home. Who do we need? We need the banker, right? The banker says, listen, I want you to put a little skin in the game, but I want to back it up and give you most of it. And the banker wants to see what? They want to see external reporting. So here's another entity that's going to ask us for documents. And this is why it's important for us to have great records, great numbers that we understand, that we know that we can substantiate at any time. Because when the banker looks at your stuff and they say, hey, we're going to give you a loan. We're going to give you $2 million to go buy that building. Make sure you pay us. And if anything happens along the road, whether you miss a payment, whether there's just a random quality control of your file, and somebody says, we'd like to see some supporting documents on this, and all of a sudden, what you're giving is not what's matching up, and you inflated your assets, that'd be a pretty terrible thing if the bank said, listen, we want our money and we want it now, right? And maybe you don't have the ability to get another loan somewhere else. Maybe you don't have the money. So what are you forced to do? Are you forced to sell the building? What are you going to do? We have to be ready for that, guys. This is real stuff. It actually happens all the time. But this is a great moment in time to talk about this Donald Trump $355 million, alleged fraud and fine. And again, not about the man Donald Trump, but it's about being a business owner and what it means to you and how well prepared you must be in today's environment, right? There's high accountability, there's high compliance, and there's a message that's being sent here with this $355 million. And make no mistake that whether it's $355 million or a message to you at $3,500, it's a message that's being spread, and we got to make sure that we're ahead of it so that we continue to minimize taxation if that's what we want to do. Or if we're in a period in our business that we're looking to, expand and buy buildings and buy real estate, we want to make sure that we're presenting the right numbers. And we do that by having good structure, good organization, knowing that we're going to have other entities and people looking at our stuff and making decisions based on those things that, could have an impact on somebody else that can get hurt, right? Big stuff, really important, guys. Make sure, right, that you stick around, because I'm going to dive deeper into what this continues to mean for the small business owner. And again, in diving deeper with this, you yourself as a small business owner, you need good numbers, right? Forget about the external people that are asking us for tax returns and how much did you pay here and how much did you pay there. That's all great. We have to do it. We got to pay what we got to pay. With good tax planning, we're going to pay the most little that we have to pay. But the big thing here is you as a small business owner, you need good numbers if you're going to go start scaling, right? We need other people's money. We talked a little bit about it before. We need the banker. We might want, investors. How do you grow? How do you scale if you don't truly understand what your margins are? What are your expenses? What's your net profit? What does every dollar in sale, right, mean to your bottom line? These are important things for you to understand. And when you do that and you separate yourself from the pack, right? 90% of planet Earth is just small business owners. They're doing great. They're wonderful. They're doing what they're doing. And sometimes you see them 3, 4, 5 years later, and they're just doing what they're doing getting a paycheck and frustrated as to, why am I not growing? Why don't I have any other assets? What's going to happen in the next 10, 20 years? Why am I even doing this? Why should I just get another job and do that? Maybe it's easier. But when you have good structure, good organization, compliance, when you understand that people are going to be asking you for things and you want to make sure that you're giving them things that are going to cause you zero loss of sleep, you're going to win big in your business and you're going to be able to just surpass all those around you. The message here is we got to do things a little bit different. Listen, this $355 million fight against Donald Trump is a powerful reminder of the critical importance of honesty and integrity in our business and ourselves as the leader. For small business owners, it underscores the needs of transparency, ethical leadership, and a commitment to legal compliance, guys. Remember, federal, state, local, sales tax, payroll, we are putting a lot of documents several times a year to these organizations that have the ability to question them, and we have to be ready. Compliance is big, and we get to great compliance by having great structure and great organization. So listen, I hope today's deep dive offers you, valuable insights and strategies to build your business on a solid ethical foundation. Let me know how this video helps, and I look forward to sharing more content with you coming up real soon.